Hey, what's up everybody, it's SNipEz. Welcome back to SkyScraper week, and this is SkyScraper number 2, so this is Tuesday. And so today, we're going to be making another modern SkyScraper. If you haven't seen SkyScraper number 1, here's what the first one was. The one I made in my city was a little bit on a bigger scale, but just to get the point across, I made one just a little bit smaller, just so people could actually get the full video in. This one is going to be, like I said, another modern design. So the materials that we will need, you can use snow or white wool, any material you want to use. And then you want a color of any choice you want of wool. So since we're getting pretty close to Christmas, I'm going to use red. And then if you want to make one of these like back to back, you could use green as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a base first. So the base, I'm just using regular stone. And basically the base, if you're going to make one of these buildings, usually I make a couple of these like right next to each other, just like kind of like in a stair step kind of fashion. But the biggest one, if you just want to make one of these, you'll need a 24 by 24 platform. And on the inside, so up here if you look, it's 3 wide on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So basically that's what you want. So we're going to take out our snow or white wool, whatever material you want to use. And we're going to start on this third block, excuse me, from the corner. And what we're going to do is just stack this up. I'll stack it up pretty high for right now. The corners will be all the same height. You'll see the design once we get later into the video. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to make the corner be too wide going to both ends. So we're going to make it too wide here. And once we get down to the bottom, I'm going to come over to this side right here and make it too wide over here as well. So it's actually one of my favorite buildings to make. I made these in my first city, and I'm actually remaking them in my newer city as well. And I figured since I enjoy this building so much, I would bring a tutorial out for it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have the 2 wide corner piece here. We're going to lay down 6 pieces of snow or white wool, whatever material you're going to use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to lay down 2 more, so 7, 8. And then the 2 right here, you want to make it 2 wide. So then we're going to stack these up. We're not going to stack them up as tall. You'll see why here in a second. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up 2 blocks. So we're going to have a window here, basically. So the window is a 6 by 2, and we're going to have 6 of these. So 2. This is our third. This will be our 4th, 5, and 6. So that's what you want. You want 6 of those windows. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come diagonal 1 block. So if you look, we're going to place a piece of snow or white wool, again, whatever material you want to use. And we're going to stack this one up as well. And then what we're going to do is lay down another 2 wide piece of snow right next to it. So it should look just like this. Now we're going to make 6 more windows again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to get rid of the extra stuff up here. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we did right here. So we're going to stack these up again. Again, make it 2 wide. That's very important to have the look of this be right. So now we're going to make 6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to do this, let's see. Let me count. 1 more time. So we're going to stack this one up 1 more. Make it 2 wide again. And now we're just going to make 6 more windows. And this time, the windows at the top should be 3 wide. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so we're going to just fill the rest of this stuff in here and get rid of that extra stuff that we stacked up here. So the top windows should be 3 wide on the inside. So if you look, well, this one actually needs to lower down 1 more. So if you look, we started at 6 on the bottom, so the window down at the bottom is actually 6 wide. Then when we get up top, it is only 3. So now we're going to come to this side here on this corner, and we're going to continue, basically, just repeat what we did over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoop, did I do that right? I think I misplaced one. 1, 2, okay. So now let's make our windows over here as well. I'm not going to do all 4 sides of this building, just because it is a lot of repetition like most buildings when it comes to making skyscrapers. So I will show you guys how to do 2 of the sides, because this building actually is pretty easy once you get the hang of it. And a lot of it is just paying attention and making sure one side is symmetrical with the other. There's one instance where it's not going to be. Alright, so now again, we're going to just come diagonal, stack this one up, and you can kind of use the reference point on the other corner to like how tall to make the pillars. So what we're doing is just making our windows again. As you can see, the windows are getting smaller every time we go up. So once you get to the 6th window, we're going to make it smaller again. So stack this one up, and we will do this 2 more times, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, whoop, and 5, and here's 6. And now let's do our last window here. So stack this one all the way up and all the way back down. Now let's make our last set of windows. And so we're just doing this. Then so far, if we come down to the ground, this is what the building is looking like so far. So far, looking pretty good. We're going to take a bed out because it should be becoming nighttime sometime soon. It's not nighttime yet. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use our red wool or whatever color of wool you want to use for this. You can actually use any block as well. It doesn't have to just be wool. It can be any block. And we're going to come diagonal here. So come back 1 block. You might notice that it's not right next to the snow. It's not equal with it. It's not like this. It's 1 block back. And we're going to lay down 4 things of red wool. So 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to come diagonal again and place a piece of snow like this. Alright, so now this is where it gets kind of, I won't say tricky, but you have to pay attention to what you're doing. So it should be nighttime now. Before I get to that, let's sleep, so you guys can see a little bit better. I hope everybody is liking this skyscraper week. It's really fun for me to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is up top up there we have the 3 windows. Down here we have the 6th window. Now it's going to be reversed. So this time we're going to have a pillar of 2 here, but the window is going to start at 3 down here now, not the 6. So 1, 2, 3, add 2 more on the ends like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the one on the corner here, you can stack all the way up to be even with the top part all the way over there. So we can just stack this one all the way up. And it should be about right. 1 more. That looks good. Now let's come back down to make this 2 wide on the corners. All the corners are going to be stacked all the way up, just like this. And again, make it 2 wide on the corner here. Actually, I think the base would be 25, not 24. That's not too big of a deal. Okay, so now we're going to start at the bottom. And now we're here. Some people might get that, some people won't. So now we're going to stack this one all the way up to about right here. And you'll see the reason for this. So we're going to add 6 more windows like we did over here. But again, these windows are a little bit smaller. They're the ones that started all the way up to the top this time. Now they're just starting down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so here's where you guys have to pay attention. So what we're going to do is going to place 1 block here of snow or white wool. And then we're going to stack this one all the way up as well to about here. And now we're going to come down again to make this 2 wide. So it should be just like this. Now we're going to make 6 more windows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you might notice that the windows are getting bigger each time we go up. And that's what we want. And so we're going to stack this one all the way up to out here and come back down, making the pillars on the edges 2 wide. Let's make 6 more windows. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. Take some more swiftness. 4, 5, and 6. Now let's do this one more time. So come across here, and then go all the way up. And let's come all the way back down, making this 2 wide. Whoop. And 6 more windows to top it off. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and whoop, and 6. So if we come down here now, you can see kind of the design of the building. So basically the best way to do all 4 sides, if you notice on the corners right here, we have the 6 windows on both sides. On this side, we would do the 3 windows again. So basically, it's kind of just like symmetrical, basically, is the best way to look at it. To some extent, not fully symmetrical, but you guys should get the idea. So I will start this one off for you guys. And so again, make these 2 wide. Then make 6 windows. The building really doesn't take that long to do. It's actually pretty fast in my opinion. And this was just one of my favorite designs to do, just by the way it looks. And so we can stack this one up to here, make it 2 wide here. So you might notice, I will point this out here in a second, at the way this rate is going, you might notice that the 2 sides kind of are symmetrical to some extent, but you notice that since the windows are bigger down below here and smaller up top, the way it's leaning is going in towards the corner, to where this one, it's going to be leaning away from the corner. So basically the 2 lines are opposite on both ends. Again, not too hard to do, and this building, in my opinion, isn't too hard to figure out. It's actually pretty easy in my opinion. But that just might be because I built it so many times. I won't say too many times. I built it probably 5 times, cause like I said, excuse me, I said I've made this several times, like stacked on top of each other. And so I'll finish off this one so you guys can get the idea. Come across here, and I forgot to make this one 2 wide. Again, very important to do that, otherwise it will look off. If you start without the 2 wide, it's not that big of a deal. But if you do use the 2 wide and then you go to the 1 wide, it doesn't look right. So that's the reason why you want to make sure everything is the same. And so now if we come over here, you can see what the corners look like. So on this side, the windows start small and get bigger as you're going up. And on this corner here, the windows start big and then they get smaller going up. So now here's where our colored wool, or whatever block you want to use, comes in handy. What we're going to do is, where the red wool is here, we're just going to come all the way up. And basically everything in between these 2 sides, you're going to fill in with whatever block you're using. So we're going to come all the way up to the top, and we're going to come all the way back down, just filling all this in. Again, really simple, and it just adds a lot of effect to the building itself. And so you just want to make sure you cover up every single gap that you have here. And so we're just going to stack these up. And again, you can use any color of wool you want, or any block. So I'm not limiting you guys to what materials you guys can use. I suggest using different materials than me, because it all depends on what kind of look you're going for. If you have a colorful city, using maybe the brighter colors might be a better idea. And so everything, oh, I forgot up here. So again, you're just filling everything in between these 2 sides now to kind of connect them to some extent. And so this is what it, well, if I can get out the window here, this is what it should look like from a exterior point of view. Again, this really adds a lot of color to the map. So what you would do is do the same thing here. So I'll do this one more time over on this side. So we're going to come diagonal, and we're going to lay down 4 things of red wool. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I had, here we go. Then we're going to come diagonal again with our snow. And this time, the windows are going to be 6 wide. So basically, the opposite corner, so like that corner is 6. This corner will be 6. That corner is 3. That corner over there would be 3. That's basically the best way to look at it. I wouldn't say symmetrical, just because I couldn't think of the word at the right time. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's lay down 2. Again, the corners, all 4 corners will go all the way up to the height of the actual building itself. If you don't want to stop with the windows being the 3 wide all the way at the top, you can actually make those keep going all the way up to kind of like a point if you wanted to. But I suggest stopping at the 3, just because it does leave a little bit more look to it, in my opinion. And so now we're just going to add our windows here. So 1. I keep misplacing the blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's come diagonal again, and these windows should get smaller that we're going up now. They shouldn't be getting bigger, they should be getting smaller. So if you know the windows are getting smaller, if you're starting at the 6 down at the bottom, you know you're doing it right if the windows keep getting smaller every time you go up. So that's what it should be like. And then let's come diagonal here. Again, come diagonal one more time. So I guess actually 2 more times. So then just connect these. So the windows are 4 wide this time. And we started at 6. Then, whoop, made that one too tall. And then let's do this the last time. And boom, should stop. Is that right? Yeah, I guess that's right. For some reason it looked like it was too much. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So again, we're going to use our red wool. Actually, I'm going to use green for this side to kind of go with the Christmas spirit. So we're going to use green. And we're just going to fill all this in with green wool this time. And I would suggest, even though I am using green wool for this, I'm kind of changing up the colors just because of the Christmas or the holidays coming up. I kind of suggest keeping with one theme for the building. Like I said, I'm just doing this because of the holidays. Just because it's one building, I'm not going to be making two of them. And so, basically, I would continue with one theme. So, whatever block you start off with, like, if I was making this in my city, I would be using the red wool all the way through this building on all 4 of the stripes. I would not be switching up the colors. But if you do think it looks better switching up the colors, I suggest doing that. Do whatever you think looks best. Because a lot of people have different taste. So, it's all up to you on what you want to do there. Whoop, and stop there. I need to go up here and finish these off. And boom. Oh, I need to keep going all the way up. I don't know why I stopped. And boof. Let's go down. Fill this in. And voila la. This is what it should look like. This is what your building should look like. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial. We're not fully done yet. I'm just kidding. For a second I actually thought we were done. So basically what you're going to do now is, I didn't do all 4 sides. I guess I can do that real quick. So basically what we're going to do is just 1, 2, 3, 4. This one would be 3, so boom and boom. The corners go up. So I'm just going to do the corners for this side. Oh, I didn't. Ooh, I'm happy I caught that before I actually started it. Ooh, that was close. That would have been really bad. And so I'm just going to stack this one up. Like I said, I'm just going to do the corners for this one. Stack this up, get rid of that real quick. And now we just stack up the corners so we can actually make the roof. The roof is actually really easy. It's just going to be a flat roof using stone slabs. So there's not too much architecture in the roof, but you really didn't need there to be. Unless you're really going for extremely detailed and extremely, like, you want it to look extremely fantastic. But I think just having the flat roof gives it a unique look to it. And it's not just a boring look, in my opinion, as well. Okay, so let's take out our stone slabs, which are here. And basically what you're going to do, stone slabs just go all the way from here. Once you get to the corners here, like to the stripe, you're going to not go all the way over it. You're not going to do it like this. You're not going to have it look like that. You're going to have the roof go on top of the stripe and then just come back onto the snow or whatever material you want to use for this. So then you would just fill this in just like this. So you come diagonal here, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to keep this the same, just like this. And I didn't fully do this side, so I'm not exactly sure where everything is. But I'm just going to take a random guess. And that should be good for right now. I'm not exactly sure on where it would be. And so now we're just going to fill the rest of this in with our stone slabs. Again, you can use any slab you want, or even if you want to use a full block for this, again, go ahead. All the stuff I'm doing are only for suggestions. I'm trying to give you guys the design, then I want you guys to build off that design. So basically that's the whole point of these tutorials, is that you guys can get ideas from it and then build off those ideas, and hopefully it gives you guys more ideas. So that's basically the main goal that I'm going for with these builds. And so we're just going to finish this up. We're almost done. And while we're doing this, I do suggest follow me on Twitter, guys. I really don't bring up my Twitter too much. I want to start doing it more, but if you guys have a Twitter, I would suggest following me. If you want to be my friend on Xbox Live, I do let you guys know, because I clear up my friends list every month, as a lot of people know, just so more people can add me. I'm fine with you re-adding me, that's perfectly fine, but I do clear up my friends list every month, so I post on Twitter when I do that. So if you want to be one of the first ones to send a friend request in, you can know right off the bat as soon as I clear it. You also get a little bit early updates. That's honestly the best way to contact me as well, is through Twitter, because I do look at my Twitter a lot. Alright, so this is our roof. So the roof, again, really simple look. And the windows, what you can do is the windows I kind of really haven't done too much with. But what we're going to do is basically these corners are going to turn into a 2x2 block. You'll see why here in a second. Go all the way back down. And then you're going to continue the theme of like doing this. Like, I don't know how to describe this right now. It's kind of hard to describe in my opinion. And we're just going to make another outline using snow. And we're going to use glass blocks for this. And so the windows should be one block back behind the snow, whatever material you want to use. So it should look just like this. I'm just going all the way back down. Whoop, I fell. There we go. Just keep going all the way back up. And then you should have a nice looking building after this is all done. And so basically, I'm not showing you guys where to put a door for this building, and that's just because the base of the building would have the door. So that's why I'm not showing you guys where to put a door or anything like that, because the base can basically be any shape. It can be a circle, and I need to get rid of some of these because I misplaced those. The base can be any shape within basically anything. It can be a circle, it can be a rectangle, it can be an octagon. All depends on how you want to make the base. The base is basically just there to support the building, to kind of give it a little bit more look and realism to it. Because if you do look at a lot of skyscrapers, the skyscrapers have a base to the building, so it can actually like withstand all that weight. And this is what our windows should look like. Nice and simple. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial. Again, stay tuned in tomorrow for skyscraper number 3. Again, this is skyscraper week, so that means for all 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there will be a skyscraper coming out every day of the week. So thank you for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe. And I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic morning, afternoon, night. I think that's all of them. So bye-bye now.
That's on my